Hi friends, good morning. I am Vishal Prajwal. I hope all are happy. Today I starting next topic muscle tissue. Muscle tissue. Each muscle is made of many long cylindrical fibers arranged in parallel arrays. These fibers are composed of numerous fine fibrils called myofibrils. Muscle fibers contract or shorten in response to stimulation, then relax, lengthen, and return to their uncontracted state in a coordinated fashion. Their action moves the body to adjust to the changes in the environment and to maintain the positions of the various parts of the body. In general, muscles play an active role in all the movements of the body. Muscles are of three types: skeletal muscle, smooth muscle, and cardiac muscle. Skeletal muscle tissue is closely attached to skeletal bones. In a typical muscle such as biceps, striated or striated, skeletal muscle fibers are bundled together in a parallel fashion. A sheath of tough connective tissue enclosed several bundles of muscle fibers. Smooth muscle. The smooth muscle fibers taper at both ends or fusiform and do not show striations. Cell junctions hold them together and they are bundled together in a connective tissue sheath. The wall of internal organs such as the blood vessels, stomach, and intestine contains this type of muscle tissue. Smooth muscles are involuntary as their functioning cannot be directly controlled. We usually are not able to make it contact merely by thinking about it as we can be with skeletal muscles. Cardiac muscle tissue. Cardiac muscle tissue is a contractile tissue present only in the heart. Cell junctions fuse the plasma membrane of cardiac muscle cells and make them stick together. Communication junctions or intercalated disc at some fusion point allow the cells to contact as a unit. That is, when one cell receives a signal to contact, its neighbors are also stimulated to contract. Neural tissue. Neural tissue exerts the greatest control over the body's responsiveness to changing conditions. Neurons, the unit of neural system or excitable cells, the neuroglial cell which constitute the rest of the neural system, protect and support neurons. Neuroglia make up more than one of the volume of neural tissue in our body. When neuron suitably stimulated, an electrical disturbance is generated which swiftly travels along its plasma membrane. Arrival of the disturbance at the neuron's endings or output zone triggers events that may cause stimulation or inhibition of adjacent neurons and other cells. The neuron is a microscopic structure composed of three major parts, namely cell body, dendrites, and axon. Cell body contains cytoplasm with typical cell organelles and certain granular bodies called nasal granules. Short fibers which branch repeatedly and project out of the cell body also contain nasal granules and are called dendrites. These fibers transmit impulse towards the cell body. The axon is a long fiber, the distal end of which is branched. Each branch terminates as a bulb-like structure called synaptic knob, which possess synaptic vessels contain chemicals called neurotransmitters. The axons terminate nerve impulse away from the cell body to a synapse or to neuromuscular junction. Based on the number of axon and dendrites, the neurons are divided into three types: multipolar, bipolar, and unipolar. Multipolar, which one axon and two or more dendrites found in cerebral cortex. Bipolar, with one axon and one dendrite found in retina of eye. Unipolar, cell body with one axon only, found usually in the embryonic stage. There are two types of axons, namely myelinated and non-myelinated. The myelinated nerve fibers are evolved with Schwann cells which form a myelin sheath around the axon. The gaps between two adjacent myelin sheaths are called nodes of Ranvier. Myelinated nerve fibers are found in spinal and cranial nerves. Unmyelinated nerve fiber is enclosed by a Schwann cell that does not form a myelin sheath around the axon and is commonly found in autonomous and the somatic neural system. Students, I asking the question, you tell the answer. What is multipolar?
Sir, multipolar with one axon and two or more dendrites found in the cerebral cortex.
Oh, very good. What is unmyelinated nerve fibers?
Sir, unmyelinated nerve fibers is enclosed by a Schwann cells that does not form a myelin sheath around the axon and is commonly found in autonomous and the somatic neural system.
Oh, very good. What is skeletal muscle?
Sir, skeletal muscle tissue is closely attached to skeletal bones. In a typical muscle such as biceps, striated or striped, skeletal muscle fibers are bundled together in a parallel fashion. A sheath of tough connective tissue encloses several bundles of muscle fibers.
Thank you, students. Students, we will continue in next class.